1923 sets up the next Yellowstone spinoff that fans have been waiting 4 years for. 1923 offered a reminder of one of Taylor Sheridan's riskiest Yellowstone spinoffs 4 years after it was announced. With Yellowstone's ending in late 2024, Taylor Sheridan expanding the franchise revolved around his most popular show is all the more critical, lest the title lose steam. There are several Yellowstone spin-offs in various stages of development, as well as Sheridan's other projects to consider, like Landman and Mayor of Kingstown, returning for new seasons. The TV mega-producer has a lot on his plate, but that's nothing new. 1923 Season 2 story is set roughly a century before Yellowstone, but its episodes have laid many of the seeds for the Dutton Ranch as viewers know it in the modern day. 1883 already showed how the Duttons settled their Montana territory, and 1923 shows how they've kept it over the years, managing to withstand the onslaughts of powerful enemies. Notably, 1923's cast also includes Tiana Rainwater, the likely ancestor of Yellowstone's Thomas Rainwater. After a gruesome arc in Season 1, Season 2 sees her traveling to Texas. 1923's characters venturing to Texas matters for the broader Yellowstone universe. As viewers may remember from the original show, Jimmy went to Texas to train as a cowboy at the legendary 6666 Ranch in Season 4. The 6666, referred to as the 46's Ranch, is a real-life Texas ranch that was established in 1900. Meaning it existed during the time of 1923's story. In 2021, Taylor Sheridan and financial backers purchased the ranch, and he used Yellowstone Season 4's Jimmy arc as a backdoor pilot for an upcoming show set there. With Tiana Rainwater traveling to Texas in 1923 Season 2, it seems like an excellent opportunity to show off the ranch again. Especially given what we know about the future of the Rainwaters in Yellowstone, it would be an engaging full-circle moment to see Tiana have some development at the 6666, setting up her descendants to visit the location in the planned spinoff. After all, the show will need ways to connect with Yellowstone, and there aren't too many characters remaining. Taylor Sheridan has been fairly guarded about revealing things about his Yellowstone spinoffs, but there's nothing to suggest 6666 won't still happen. Aside from 1923, Sheridan has so many ongoing projects, and the Madison spinoff seems to have taken priority as the next Yellowstone franchise project. Other than that, he has multiple ongoing shows for Paramount+, so it could be a while before he moves forward with it. It seems unlikely that he'd buy the ranch and not follow through, but anything can happen in Hollywood. For 4 years, Yellowstone fans have speculated, theorized, and hoped for the next great chapter in the Dutton family saga. Taylor Sheridan's 1923 has now laid the groundwork for a spinoff that could be the most anticipated yet. A continuation of the Dutton lineage leading directly into the events of Yellowstone, bridging the past and present in a way fans have long desired. With 1883 having explored the origins of the Dutton dynasty, and 1923 following Jacob and Cara Dutton's harrowing struggles to maintain their Montana empire, the next logical step is to uncover the missing links between the early 20th century and the modern-day conflicts of John Dutton II. The world Sheridan has built is vast, spanning decades of Western hardship, legacy, and survival. The question has remained, what happened between 1923 and Yellowstone that cemented the Duttons' powerful, yet tumultuous, hold on the Yellowstone Ranch? Now we have our answer. The next Yellowstone spinoff, bridging 1923 and Yellowstone. The natural evolution of the franchise points toward a series set in the 1940s-1950s, a critical era for the American West. The Great Depression has ended, World War II has reshaped the country, and the American West is on the brink of modernization. This would be a period of significant transition for the Duttons, testing their resilience against new threats: corporate land developers, government intervention, and shifting generational ideologies. At the center of this potential spin-off would be Spencer Dutton, the brave and battle-hardened younger Dutton brother from 1923, and his journey back to Montana. The last we saw of Spencer, he was separated from his wife, Alexandra, on his way home. His return, coupled with the ongoing conflicts in 1923, suggests he could play a critical role in shaping the ranch's future. However, the question remains, will Spencer survive the journey? And if he does, how will his experiences shape the next generation? Equally compelling would be Jack Dutton, the passionate and fiercely loyal rancher introduced in 1923, and his wife Elizabeth. If the spinoff picks up in the 1940s or 1950s, Jack could very well be the patriarch leading the ranch, passing down the values and burdens of the Dutton legacy to his children. This would set the stage for the emergence of John Dutton Jr., the father of Kevin Costner's John Dutton IA. Themes and conflicts in the next chapter. A Yellowstone spinoff set in the mid-20th century would introduce a new kind of struggle, one less about surviving the raw, untamed frontier, and more about maintaining the old ways in a rapidly changing world. The mechanization of agriculture, the expansion of highways and cities, and the increasing interest of businessmen looking to carve up the West for their own gain would present a direct challenge to the Duttons. In 1923, the Duttons faced brutal attacks from those who want to take their land. But in the 1950s, the battle may no longer be fought with bullets and blood, but with contracts, legislation, and economic pressure. This shift in warfare, from physical violence to legal and political maneuvering, would be a fresh and engaging angle for a new series. How do the Duttons adapt to this new era? Do they embrace modernization, or do they fight tooth and nail to preserve the traditions of their ancestors? The connection to Yellowstone. Fans of Yellowstone have long been curious about the backstory of John Dutton IE's father and grandfather. This potential spinoff could finally provide the much-needed answers about how the Duttons managed to hold on to their land through some of the most tumultuous times in American history. Who was the Dutton patriarch during these years? What sacrifices were made to ensure the ranch remained intact? And most importantly, what events led to the hardened, duty-bound man we now know as John Dutton IE? Taylor Sheridan has a gift for weaving historical and family drama with deep emotional stakes. A spin-off set in this era could dive into the formation of the modern cattle industry, the rise of environmental and conservation issues, and the first signs of the land battles that would ultimately consume the Duttons in Yellowstone. Fan anticipation and why this spin-off is a must. Ever since 1923 premiered, fans have expressed their desire to see what comes next. The success of 1883 and 1923 proves there is a hunger for more of the Dutton family history, and the missing decades between 1923 and Yellowstone provide the perfect storytelling opportunity. A mid-century Yellowstone spinoff wouldn't just be another prequel. It would be the key to understanding how the Duttons became the most powerful ranching family in Montana. It would reveal the events that shaped John Dutton IE's worldview, showcasing the battles fought by his father and grandfather to maintain their legacy. With 1923 expertly setting up these possibilities, it's clear that Taylor Sheridan has been playing the long game, carefully crafting each chapter of the Dutton saga to lead seamlessly into the next. Now, after 4 years of anticipation, the time has come for the next great Yellowstone story to be told. Conclusion. 1923 has done more than just tell a gripping story about the past. It has laid the foundation for what's to come. The next Yellowstone spinoff is primed to explore the 1940s-1950s, answering long-standing questions about the Dutton legacy. As fans eagerly await an official announcement, one thing is clear. The story of the Duttons is far from over, and the best may be yet to come.